Hello everyone, TMMgamer here, and today I have the pleasure of bringing you a FIFA 14 Ultimate Team web app video. And as you can see, here is my Ultimate Team web app, Bafana S January 2011. And I thought, you know what? I'll show you my active squad, because most of you guys know, the web app's been out for a couple of days now, so I've been wheeling and dealing in the transfer market a little bit, and this is the team I've got so far. And as you can see, it's a Premier League 11, and I started off with 3 Premier League players. I got Leon Britton, Charles Nzogbia, and Mathieu Debuchy in my starter pack, so I already had a core of a Premier League side started. But I'm just going to run you through the players I bought now. I bought big Brad Guzan in goal. Obviously, I'm an Aston Villa fan. Brad Guzan was absolutely fantastic for us last season. He's been given a bit of a rating boost, which is great. He deserved it. And look at his goalkeeping stats on the left there. They are very, very good stats. 69 kicking. No one cares about that. He's got 82 reflexes, 80 diving, 80 handling. Very, very solid goalkeeping stats. And let's have a look, see how much I picked him up for. It's not much at all. Yeah, 400 coins. Pretty solid sign in that. Move to the left-hand side of the pitch, Nacho Monreal, and he's pretty solid again. 78 pace, that's reasonable. 77 passing, which is good. I always like fullbacks who can do something with the ball. I don't just like them to be rapid. I want them to be able to put a cross in or just keep the play moving on. But also he's got pretty solid defending, 75, and he's got 66 heading, which isn't bad for a fullback at all. Sometimes you see fullbacks with pretty atrocious heading and they just get dominated in the air. So the fact that Monreal's reasonably solid is pretty good. I think he was a bit more expensive. Let's have a look. Yeah, 1,200 coins. I was actually a little bit disappointed because I missed out on a couple of 500 bids on him, and then his price just steadily rose over the few days the web app's been open. So I ended up paying a little bit more for him than I otherwise wanted. But the other left backs that were available were either worse or much more expensive. So I still feel like I got a reasonable deal. And moving in field, I've got Johnny Evans, as you can see. Another very, very solid player, 79 rating. Reasonably quick for centre-back, 71 pace, not to be sniffed at. But the most important things, good defence, good heading, pretty straightforward. Got him for 600 coins, once again, pretty good sign in there. Then alongside him, Swansea central defender, Ashley Williams. Good player. I really like Ashley Williams in real life. He was linked with Arsenal, linked with Liverpool over the summer. That just goes to show you what a decent season he had last year. Very, very solid player. Picked him up because, as you can see again, reasonably quick for centre-back. Very, very solid stats. Pretty decent on the ball as well. He's not a travesty on the ball. 550 coins, bit of a bargain, that one. Now, like I said, got Debuchy free from the start. I'm his first owner, there you go. Never bought him. So he's nice and solid though, pretty quick. Like I mentioned with Monreal, I always like my fullbacks to be good on the ball and can do something with it, not just aimless pace tramps. So the fact he's got 76 passing, pretty solid. Just really solid all-round stats there. Very, very good back five. I'm pretty pleased how that's going at the moment. And moving to midfield, let's start with Michael Carrick. Now, as you can see, I'm playing the 4-2-3-1-2 formation, so that's with left mids and 2 central defensive midfielders. Carrick is slightly out of position. He only has a centre mid card. I haven't been bothered to buy a position card at the moment, but I like him in this role because I always like my 2 central defensive midfielders to be a nice balance. So I like one to be a pure ball winner, and then I like the other guy to be more of a distributor, and Michael Carrick certainly falls into that. You look at his stats again, 84 passing, very, very good. I expect him to spray the play, really control the possession from midfield, just like he does for Manchester United. So pretty pleased with him. I think he was my most expensive player, 2,500 coins. Yeah, there you go. So pretty expensive considering I haven't played a game yet, but definitely worth it. And alongside him, I've got Big Scotty Parker. Now, as you can see from the stats, I'll just leave that up so you can get a bit of a comparison. Parker isn't as quick, really, which I was a bit surprised of because Carrick isn't exactly known for his pace. He doesn't have as good passing, but what he does have is that good defensive rating. 80 defence, 74 heading. That's pretty solid for a ball-winning midfielder. So I just want him to go in there, put some tackles in, and I got him for 350 coins, which is an absolute steal for a 79 rated player. Very, very solid signing indeed. So let's move up into centre attacking midfield. I've got Charles Nzogbia. Now, I got Nzogbia in the starter pack. I didn't actually go out and buy him, and I wouldn't have gone out and bought him either, because I think Nzogbia has been pretty disappointing, as you can see, first owner right there. But he's got reasonable stats. I think his rating's a little bit higher than it should be, but he's got 86 pace, 84 dribbling, which are good stats for a central attacking midfielder. And my other 2 wingers aren't the quickest, so having someone in my front 4 who is a bit pacey is definitely worth it. So he slots into the team quite nicely at the moment. That's probably the position I'm going to look to strengthen next, though. There or possibly right mid. And let's move on to right mid, and that's Adam Johnson. Adam Johnson, obviously Sunderland player, little bit disappointing last season. His career really stalled when he went to Manchester City, but he is a good player, and I think if he keeps playing regularly, he'll begin to improve again and get to the standard he was when he was playing at Borough and his first season at Man City before all the big signings came in and knocked him down the pecking order. You look at those stats, 77 pace, it's not rapid for a winger by any stretch, but he's not sluggish, he's reasonably pacey, got good dribbling 81, and he's got reasonable crossing and shooting. Bearing in mind he is left-footed, so he'll cut inside, try and put some crosses into the back post or try and get some shots on target, and I think he'll dovetail well with Scott Park. Scott Parker's behind him, really, really solid, so Adam Johnson, I can be as attacking with him as I want. So that's that side. Let's swing across to the left. I went with Stephen Pienaar in the end, and I was a little bit reluctant to buy Stephen Pienaar because, like I mentioned, my front four doesn't really have too much pace apart from Zogbia, who I'm looking to replace anyway. So, 73 pace for a left mid isn't fantastic, but the rest of his stats make up for that. 79 passing, 85 dribbling, that's very, very good, and reasonable shooting as well. So, like Johnson on the right wing, Pienaar will cut in because he's right-footed, try and take players on. Let's see how much I got him for. Got him for 950, so that wasn't bad at all, really. Actually, I'll just check how much I got Adam Johnson for as well, because I forgot. 400 coins, so it's a bit of a steal for Adam Johnson, pretty solid. Paid a little bit more for Pienaar. He is an 80 rated player. The good thing is he is versatile. I'll probably swing him inside central attacking midfield as well. He'll be slightly out of position, but he has the stats to play well there, and I think he'll fit well into the side. And then finally, let's move up front to Osvaldo. Now, Osvaldo, again, a player I wasn't quite sure about buying, but when I looked at the ratings of the other players and the costs they were going for, the prices they were going for, sorry, the costs they're going for is a terrible way to say it. But you can see, 500 coins for an 80 rated player, very, very solid. He's got very solid stats as well, 83 heading, because bearing in mind I'm going to be putting a lot of crosses in, Adam Johnson, and Zogby is going to be running into the channels and trying to check it back into the box. Pienaar, with his good dribbling, take players and put balls in. Having a target man up front, especially when they're playing up front on their own, is very, very important. So I wanted someone with a little bit of presence, and Osvaldo certainly gives you that. He's not the quickest, but he's a bit of a poach, decent finishing, great in the air. Hopefully he'll fit well, and if I get a bit of pace on the wings and get someone who's tricky in central attacking midfield, I think the side's pretty well balanced. So that's the team so far. I'm pretty pleased with it. Already got a 4-star team, and good little trick for you. What you want to do is whenever you have a team which isn't a full squad of goal players, put bronze players on your bench, because it brings your entire squad rating down. And the squad rating is based not just on your starting lineup, but on your bench as well. And if I just put my goal players on the bench, hopefully it'll show what I mean. There you go. See, it's gone up to 4.5 star now, and the starting lineup has not changed at all, but it's because I've moved the 3 goal players onto the bench that's knocked it up. And this is something you want to avoid. You want to keep your star rating down, because EA and FIFA always has team-based matchmaking. So the matchmaking is based not just on how good you are, but how good your team is. So if you can bring that star rating down by putting a few bronze guys on the bench, bearing in mind you're not going to be making any substitutions anyway, because that wastes a contract in Ultimate Team. The only time you would do is if you get a red card, and even then, you can just whack a bronze guy at left back and move someone in field or whatever. There's no real problem there. So that's a good little tip. But I just wanted to show you guys my Ultimate Team. How's your team looking so far? What have you decided to go for? Any great steals? Any good trades? I'd be interested in hearing all you have to say. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it, and as always, have a great day. His price just steadily rose. His price just steadily